Hello everyone, I'm back from holiday and I want to spend this video answering a question set by Hank Green a couple of days ago, and that is, what would you say to the aliens if or when they make contact with us, or we make contact with them? Probably the first one. Right, here goes. We live on a planet which is roughly 4.5 billion years old. Of those 4.5 billion years, there's been some form of life on this planet for 3.5 billion years. Earth, as you can probably see, has a surface made up of 71% water and comparatively very little Earth. Earth is the fifth largest of the 8 planets, orbiting around the star at the centre of our solar system, which we call the Sun. The Sun is a fairly indifferent main sequence star. That means it's fusing hydrogen nuclei to form helium, which gives off lots of energy and lots of heat and means it's possible for us to survive right here on Earth. The group of organisms I've been referring to as we up till now are actually members of a species called Homo sapiens, more fondly known as humans. Humans have 2 lower limbs called legs. On the bottom of each leg is a foot. Each foot has 5 toes. We also have 2 upper limbs called arms, and on the end of each arm is a hand. Now these hands are quite special because they have opposable thumbs. These opposable thumbs allow us to grab, hold and manipulate the world around us. Sitting on top of all that is the head. This contains the majority of the sensing organs that allows us to experience the outside world. You've got the tongue, which, thanks to the fact it's covered in millions and millions of tiny little taste buds, allows us to sense the 5 basic tastes: sweetness, sourness, bitterness, saltiness and umami. Then you've got the nose, which is full of olfactory sensory neurons. This gives us a sense of smell. This sense of smell combines with our tongue to give us an even broader sense of taste than what our tongue alone would give us. Then we've got our ears. These give us a sense of hearing. This happens because when sound travels towards our ears, it causes tiny little bones to vibrate, which in turn causes electric signals to be passed to the brain. The next one is the eyes. These give us a sense of sight and vision. This happens when light travels towards our eyes and is focused by the lenses onto the rods and cones on the back of our retinas to be passed on by electric signals to the brain. The final sense that we've got is the sense of touch, and this happens all over our body thanks to the skin. The organ that allows us to interpret all these signals coming into us all the time is the brain, housed in the head. Just to have and store all that information on your own is pretty boring, so in order to overcome this, humans have developed languages that allow us to pass information on from one to another. Thousands of them, in fact. There are thousands of languages spoken at any one point across the entire world, and this is really, really bad if you want to communicate with somebody who speaks a different language to you. People get really, really confused. We can also write these languages down into phonetic representations of them, but again, there has to be some crossover in understanding. Humans get the energy they need to survive from eating various products that either grow naturally or we have cultivated specifically for that purpose. Some people choose not to eat meat because the amount of grain product it takes to feed an animal to give us the same amount of energy as we would have got from eating that same amount of grain product is just phenomenally disproportionate. So it makes a lot more sense to do it their way, but meat really does taste good. The energy that we use to fuel our society is primarily gained from burning various fossil fuels that are trapped within the earth. The only trouble is they release huge amounts of carbon into the atmosphere, and carbon causes global warming. So our world is getting hotter and hotter, and it's all because of us. Thankfully, people are starting to see the light here, and we are developing various more sustainable, more environmentally friendly ways of fueling our energy consumption habit. So that's my message for the aliens. That's been really interesting, and I've actually learned quite a lot, so thanks for watching. See you next week. Then we've got the nose, which is full of olfactory sensory neurons, which give us the sense of taste. The organ that allows us to interpret all these signals coming into us is the head.